LATD Nation, hello there. Welcome back to the channel. Of course, it's your boy Jay Fixit.
This is Rodney.
And we are back with another review for y'all. Today we're going to be looking at the details of Squid Game Season 3.
Final season, supposedly.
Supposedly. To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if they make like a spinoff series.
I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever. I mean, Squid Game, I heard somewhere that's become like the most viewed original Netflix show of all time. Even ahead of stuff like Stranger Things, which that's crazy.
Right. I still never seen Stranger Things.
One of my favorite shows.
Yeah.
I can't wait for season 5. It's coming out this year.
Bet I'm gonna start watching it then. Cause the thing is with Squid Game though, the reason why I say it could get like a spinoff because like they kind of keep it open ended at the end, but we'll get to that later. So, what did you think?
Overall, me personally, I enjoyed this season. I think that this season does a fairly decent job of wrapping up the plot. I think that while not necessarily a happy ending, it's definitely an ending that is in line with the series and its themes and things like that. First of all, big elephant in the room. Her baby, was that Junhee?
Junhee's baby, yeah.
Yeah, is born in the middle of the games.
And that's the thing with me, man.
That's kind of been like the general discourse around this season. My fault.
You good? My thing is we're gonna get into spoilers because it's already on Netflix. But I hate that Gi-yoon fails, but I even hate it even more that the baby is the reason why he does fail.
And why would that be exactly?
Mainly because I just feel like maybe that's just I just want to see the good guys win. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I feel like the baby being here was kind of a weird plot point to have.
It kind of was crossing the realm of ridiculous. I mean, it's always been ridiculous because, I mean, we know Squid Game.
Right.
I mean, suspension of disbelief, but it kind of crossed into a territory to where it was almost goofy.
Yeah. But, yeah, exactly. Are you saying this about the baby or just in general?
About the baby.
Yeah, I agree because if you're a pregnant woman, granted, I know she didn't know about the games and what will go down, but if you know that the games are very, like, strenuous and this, that, and the third, you in a room full of people, why would a pregnant woman, and first of all, she didn't even look pregnant throughout the whole show, did she?
Not really, but I mean, season 2 was months ago.
Right.
We reviewed that on the channel as well, so y'all go ahead and tune into that. But yeah, I don't recall her being that pregnant as far as how she looked.
Right.
So I wouldn't say it came out of nowhere, but it was definitely kind of it's okay. I don't hate it, but it's still a little out there.
Right. But regardless, Gi-yoon is easily one of my favorite characters in this whole show because he's so likable.
Junho for me.
Junho too, because in this season, we probably should have broke down the synopsis real quick, but in this season, Gi-yoon is pretty much picking up where season 2 ended off. So Gi-yoon is distraught. He led a bunch of his friends to die. Some of them survived, but and he was betrayed. He was stabbed in the back. His best friend is gone.
Yep.
And it seems like there's no hope. And unfortunately, we kind of already spoiled this before, but hey, let's keep going. But sometimes there's a little light at the end of the tunnel too, though. A lot of the characters that we see have returned. Like I said, it just picks up where the season 2 ended off.
Right where it left off, like literally moments after it ended, it picks up again. And obviously, a couple of my favorites return. What was her name? What was the older woman's name?
Oh yeah, the mom.
Yeah,
the mom.
Yeah, the mom, her son return. Hyun, man.
Yeah, some of these names are a little bit foreign to us, but Hyunju is back too.
Hyunju, yeah, of course. Hyunju, which was low key the MVP of last season for me personally.
Why is that?
I mean, like you said, this is just a cat that's about his business.
Yeah, that's true too.
Or about their business, technically. My fault.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I never knew it. I never knew their name, so that's why I was just kind of confused. But yeah, no, God dang it, I'll keep accidentally saying he, but their performance was really good. They were one of my favorite characters in this season as a whole
series for me, honestly.
And that's why it broke my damn heart when she got killed. When they got killed. When they got killed, that broke my heart.
Honestly, especially because they made it through all of that just because at that point, because in this game right here, this is hide and seek. But what it is hide and seek where the red is seeking the blue, and rather than getting tagged means you get killed.
Right.
And you have to kill somebody in order to advance. So obviously, Hyun-Ju is on a Hyun-Ju with everybody else is all blue, and they're being sought after by the red. And after fighting through all of that, because it's about 30 minutes that they have to survive.
Right.
And after getting right to the end, finding the exit, get stabbed in the back.
Boy, and by
Junhee's
baby
ex.
daddy.
Yeah.
And that made me hate that character. I never really cared much for him.
I didn't care for him anyway.
But that made me absolutely hate his character. You talk about, well, I didn't know. I'm like,
don't think you would have cared anyway.
Yeah, not really. Yeah, like you, whenever so Junhee pretty much cast him aside anyway. So he doesn't have any like obligation toward her or her child. But when he killed Hyun-Ju, I was I almost cried. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Because that character was all about their business, and the thing is, they were the heart and soul of really season 2.
I low key agree with that.
And then,
especially because Gi-hoon is kind of more reserved and kind of less jovial. He's kind of more down in the dumps.
Right.
So this character kind of helped fill that lighthearted vibe a little bit, that void that was kind of left. Because Gi-hoon in the first season was a lot more lighthearted, was a lot more sort of happy-go-lucky.
Right,
it was more of the comic relief, but then once he went through everything, he's kind of more somber. So now, this was kind of like the replacement in a sense.
Right, and the thing is with season 2, as y'all saw, it starts off with Gi-hoon still having that same noble heart that he's. Keep in mind, that's what stays consistent with Gi-hoon's character. He can be happy, he can be sad, he can be jaded, he can be bad, but his nobility has always been, his morals has always stayed intact. And that's why, even even in season 3, he's still like jaded and distraught and everything, and he wants to get back at the dude who stabbed him in the back in season 2. He was a fraud the whole time, and it turns out he was never even part of the Marines.
Yeah. And he had to get his lick back. And
I'm gonna be real. That's what pissed me off at the end of season 2.
Yeah.
But you're right. Gi-hoon gets his lick back and gets it back with a vengeance. That motherfucker turned blue.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's just like, for you to basically lie and put all these folks in danger like that, you a coward.
Right. Exactly. You can't even and then don't even try to apologize or nothing, bro.
But somehow it's somebody else's fault. It's Gi-hoon's fault.
Right.
For leading them down that path.
Like when he was trying to save everybody. And the old lady, the mom, bless her heart too. Cause
that was a sad way to go out too.
Yeah, because keep in mind, a lot of characters that you love in season 2, they die off in season 3.
And early too.
And and that Joker hurts. Yeah. That's one thing about Squid Game that they're bad about, killing off characters that we love.
Oh yeah, no, they're ruthless.
Yeah, it's almost as bad as Breaking Bad when it comes to killing characters that we love.
Or putting them through the ringer.
Exactly. Like, cause just like her death was very, like you said, that
was out of left field for me.
Yeah, like
it really the end of that was episode 3, I believe.
Right.
When she had to, of course, spoiler alert. I mean, it's been out. Where she has to kill her own son. And we watched it together. Yeah, you see me. That definitely got me a bit choked up. Yeah, not even gonna lie.
Yeah, me too, bro. Like when I watched it for the first time, I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah, this show got me attached to these characters bad.
Yeah.
Like my favorite character is Jun-ho, and like Well, another one of my favorite characters is Jun-Ho, and I'm
Jun-Ho,
glad he makes it
Thank
out
God
alive.
Jun-Ho survived.
Yeah, man, I was about to boy. I had that. That was the
Jun-Ho
last.
was on his brother's ass that entire show.
Yeah, no, I was about to crash out on TikTok if he would have died. One thing I'll say too about the frontman Byung-Hun Lee, who plays the frontman.
Yeah.
If y'all don't know him, Byung-Hun Lee is Storm Shadow from the G.I. Joe movies.
I was about to say, yeah, that's
He's
him.
If y'all seen the Magnificent Seven with a remake with Denzel Washington,
Yep.
Ethan Hawke, he's played
Chris Pratt's in that too.
Chris Pratt. Yep,
Underrated.
yo, super underrated. It's a great movie. Directed by one of the greatest directors of all time, Antoine Fuqua. But hey, this is a conversation for another day. He plays Billy, the one Asian dude in that movie.
Yeah.
Well, technically, anyway, let's keep going. I'm glad he's still getting roles and stuff like that because he's a good actor. In my opinion, he's not just good in an action role. He's good. He has good range. He has good depth. Granted, you could say that he kind of plays the same characters because Storm Shadow wasn't very charismatic in the first one. The only thing that people like, that especially women liked about Storm Shadow, is that he kept taking his shirt off when fighting Snake Eyes.
And I mean, Storm Shadow is still my favorite G.I. Joe character to this day, really because of that portrayal.
Yeah, my favorite character probably Snake Eyes.
That's fair.
And this is kind of wild because we're both wearing black and white. But nah, like I really do think he had a pretty okay performance. Really, now that I think about it, it wasn't the best, but it wasn't the worst. And I always thought he was a good actor. The thing is, I wish we would have seen a little bit more emotion from him rather than just being just the front man.
Yeah.
Truth be told, I wouldn't mind seeing a prequel about how he became the front man.
I low-key wouldn't mind that myself, actually.
Like, there's plenty of directions they can go with Squid Game, for real.
Yeah.
But then again, that might cheapen that type of story because we already know that everybody in that movie would die or show would die.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, I think Squid Game season 3 was really, really great. Going back to the baby plot subplot, like one thing you start to see like more of the facility too, not just the players. You get to see the people. Well, you don't get to see their faces, but you get to see a lot of the
players behind the game. You know, the people who kind of have money in, because I think it was the beginning of episode 4 where you see them as like the Squid Men.
Right.
Like they're in the game.
I call them the PlayStation people.
Or whatever, the PlayStation people, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, you get to see them like they're in uniform and they're shooting players in the game and everything. And they do a good job of really being those characters that you really hate.
Right.
Because when I tell you, every time they would talk, they would get me so damn mad. It's just like, shut the hell up. Right, yeah. I want to see y'all in the game. On the other side of things.
Exactly. And it's like these people and those people in this mug they're ruthless.
Yeah, they don't care at all.
They like, my thing is, you could say that they were just doing their jobs, but no, they take pride in what they're doing.
No, I don't think so at all. I think this is, as you know, the title. It's a game. It's game. Games to them. It's not real people who have real vested interest, people who have families they need to take care of, people who are in debt. To them, this is just a game, which, of course, you know, social commentary on the way that the upper class kind of sees people that are of lesser stature in society, quote unquote.
The downtrodden.
We're not going to get into that, of course.
I wouldn't mind getting into that.
We can at some point. No, but yeah, no, they definitely. And I think one thing also about Squid Game is why I say that it wasn't really a happy ending is because all of the most noble people die, with the very exception of Jun-Ho.
Yep.
And all of the worst get away. Right. At least outside of the game. Because the front man, Jun-Ho's brother, he lives
naturally.
Yeah, as well as the investment people, you know, the people we were mentioning earlier.
Right, the gamblers, let's just refer to them as that.
Yeah.
Because that's pretty much all they are. Because they're just gamblers. They're just like patrons just watching a game. To be told, you can also parallel this to real life sports too.
Pretty much.
You know what? I don't care. I'm gonna get into this. To be honest, a lot of those same patrons that watch like the NFL and watch people kill each other on that, are very much similar to people watching this too.
Yeah.
Like they don't see him as people just pawns on a chessboard. But hey, what's up, Colin? Anyway, I'm just like
Jerry Jones.
Colin, I was mentioning Colin Kaepernick because you know how they did him. But anyway,
Yeah.
But Byung-hun Lee, like I mentioned, he's a good actor, and they really showed that in season 2 because he was player 1. And then just like in the first season, player 1 was the actual creator of the game.
Yeah. So
with him, I like that he survived. But the thing is, I hope they do more with him, like I mentioned, you know. And you're right. The worst of the worst get away. Half the people in the half the PlayStation face people, they get away. He gets front man gets away, and that's the thing with him. You don't really see that. What he's it's kind of hard to say. I think he knows what he's doing is bad, but I think he has like a sense of honor about him.
Yeah, I can say that
because when at the end of everything, he goes to Gi-Yoon's daughter, gives her the goes to Gi-Yoon's apartment or a hotel, gets the money, and then gives it to his daughter.
And then on top of that, he presumably delivered the baby to Jun-ho to raise.
Right, and which is could be bittersweet depending on whether because it ain't his baby. But anyway,
I feel like Jun-ho's honorable though.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he would do it. And besides, he got over like millions of
he's
millions
well
of dollars,
off, so he's not gonna be that child is not gonna be hurting for anything. Yeah, and so I figured that being his brother, he knew that he was the best man to put in position to raise that child. And so, yeah, it is honorable in the sense that, because, I mean, obviously, as we mentioned, Gi-Hoon does die. And the way he dies, he falls off of, like, the platform that the last game is set on.
Right. And he wasn't going to
realistically, not to cut you off.
No, you good.
Realistically, the only player left, spoilers, I mean, well, I don't know why we keep saying that, but the baby, of course, is the winner. And realistically, if the front man really wanted to, could have easily just kept the money and could have done who knows what. But the fact that he not only honored the fact that the baby won, but then on top of that, delivered the baby safely to somebody that he knew would do right by the baby. It shows that there's a sense of honor, there's a sense of code that I don't feel like the rich folk have. I don't think that they have that integrity. I don't think that they would do. He did that most likely either against what they would probably want or just at his own behest.
Right, and see that's the reason why he's probably, I wouldn't say he's my favorite character, but he's the character that I would want to know more about.
Yeah, the most intrigued on.
Exactly, and I feel like as far as Gi-Yoon's story, I mean literally like it is over. Yeah, they could do something with Jun-ho. I wouldn't mind seeing that too. I feel like there's a whole direction they could go with these games because if y'all remember,
the island is destroyed at the end. I mean, it could definitely, but at the end, yeah.
The Gi-Yoon's daughter is of course in America and
in L.A.
L.A. or San Francisco.
It's L.A.
All right, cool. And you see Gi-Yoon looking at one of the I don't know what he was called, one of the initiators or one of the agents out there,
one of the recruiters or something.
Like thank you. Yeah,
you see the front man as he's getting in the car and he's getting ready to drive away. He looks in the alley to like the right of him or whatever, and he sees Kate Blanchett actually. That was Kate Blanchett. She's one of the people that, because you know how it always began was they would recruit you, they would find you, and they would challenge you to that game.
Right.
Of what is it, the jockey or
it's like called Dachi.
That's something like that.
I think it's called like Dachi or Daki or something like that.
Yeah.
And she's one of the recruiters. So it's insinuating that there's
another game. There's an American version of the games.
Right. And I wouldn't mind seeing it. Yeah. To be honest, I wouldn't mind seeing like they could go like Jun-ho goes to America with his new daughter or whatever, and they just kind of lay low there. But once he sees the recruiter too, they could say that he's still trying to find his brother or some shit.
Something like that, because that's a plot that never necessarily was resolved.
Right.
Him even really getting to have a conversation with his brother.
And I wouldn't mind seeing more. Truth be told, this was a phenomenal.
It was a solid.
Okay, I won't say phenomenal. I'll say the first season was definitely phenomenal.
Oh, for sure. The first season was generational.
Yeah, the second season was great. Nah, not just good. It was great.
Yeah.
But this season was probably not really saying much, but this is probably the worst season.
I can agree with that.
But it still just wraps up the story well, or Gi-Yoon's story well. And I wouldn't mind seeing more. Please, Netflix, bring it on. I wouldn't mind. So
I wouldn't mind myself. I think overall, it did a good job of wrapping up his story, his character arc, his overall narrative, and it would be cool to see what they do outside of it, because there's the games obviously themselves. It's Squid Game, so it's titular show. So it's like Gi-Hoon obviously being the main character of these first 3 seasons, but the titular sort of like overall presence is the game. Like the main attraction is the games.
You know what? I'll compare this heartbreak. The heartbreak in this show is comparable to Last of Us.
Yeah.
Really, the whole, not the setting, maybe but the whole tone of the show is comparable to Last of Us.
Yeah.
You meet these people, they're happy-go-lucky. You're happy to see them. You fall in love with these people. We fall in love with these people. You enjoy their company, this, that, and the third, and then just like that, they're out of there.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's really more comparable to the first game.
Yeah.
Because all the people you meet, what's his name, Henry and Sam being the main ones, and I don't know why they decided to kill off the black people, but hey, whatever, they do us. But Henry and Sam is big examples of that. Other characters, that Tess is another big example of that too.
Yep.
And like I said, tonally, you have that one happy-go-lucky character, Ellie in Last of Us, and Gi-Yoon in Squid Game. So
yeah,
and very much in the seasons that follow, but. Overall, I think I would give this season I'll give it an 8 out of 10. It was heat for me, about medium heat for me.
I would actually agree. I would match that 8 out of 10. I enjoyed it. I think that it did a good job of wrapping things up. It wasn't it's not one of the greatest series finales I've ever seen, but I think for what they were tasked on doing, right. I think that overall they mostly got it right. It's no it's no Breaking Bad finale. It ain't nothing like that, but it definitely is a finale that I took a lot of positives from. I wasn't mad at. And overall, it was a good, satisfying conclusion to one of my favorite series of recent years. So
right.
Overall, like I said, 8 out of 10. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, me neither. Like, truth be told, the only flaw in this season is, one, that is over.
Yeah.
And 2, it's just kind of generic.
It ain't anything spectacular.
Like,
the main thing is that the surprise factor is gone, in the sense of like that first season had that real element of surprise and how brutal it was and how unexpected and how it just kind of came out of nowhere. It kind of had that underdog thing, but it's kind of a case where it's like the underdog eventually went on to become the biggest and then maybe the legend. And so now somewhere along the line, maybe the grit that was there when they were kind of just getting started is kind of gone, but its core is still intact. That's what I look at it as.
I will 100%. That's a great way to put it. I will 100% agree. But with all of that being said, this has been your boy Jay.
This has been Rodney.
And we're LATD. We got more videos coming soon, more reviews. Stay tuned for the Superman review that's more than likely going to drop Saturday.
Very much so.
But with all that being said, everybody, please look at those details. Peace.